Well, first off, I'd like to thank the Capricorn Enterprise Morning Bulletin University for organising the event. It's a great opportunity for people to hear directly from those of us who plaster our faces across the community come election time. So one of the things that a lot of people lose sight of the fact is that when you mention Keppel, and it's been a great privilege to work for Keppel over the past 8 years, 49% of the electorate of Keppel sits in North Rockhampton, so anything that's done in Rockhampton directly benefits the Keppel electorate. So to deal with any of these items separately, to me, doesn't make sense. One of the things that you will be probably told is that that there's no new ideas for Queensland. Well, we've got these 7 items, but I don't know how many of you have managed to read the Queensland Infrastructure Plan, which was brought out in November last year, and it directly addresses every one of these items over the next 20 years. That contained Bruce Highway upgrade strategy, which covers part of the road, rail and air portion, and that resulted in contract let last week for the initial stages of the Yappin crossing. There's $40 million Commonwealth and $10 million state on the new bridge. Part of that strategy also covers the study of road and rail bypass and third Fitzroy River crossing, and that's been completed but hasn't been acted on as yet. The Queensland Regionalisation Strategy, which covers those areas such as the riverbank development, GKI and foreshore. It covers the granting of or promise of $300 million over 4 years for regional infrastructure, and that will relate to such things as redevelopment. This is a detailed plan, and it promises to deliver those outcomes and to deal with those outcomes, and it came from the community. So far, other than the 7 critical projects, I haven't seen any other detailed plan put forward on behalf of any other party or candidate, which saddens me somewhat. The future's been mapped out in the infrastructure plan, and the administration worked closely with both federal and local government with a forward-looking vision for Queensland. That vision does cover all 7 priority projects at Capricorn Enterprise, and I'm a member of Capricorn Enterprise and have already given my commitment to follow through and support those necessary items. The CQU TAFE merger has been signed off on in part by the state government. There are some matters which still have to be undertaken, as Grant said earlier, the due diligence on that. The Rockhampton Riverbank redevelopment, and I'd like to deal with that in conjunction with the foreshore redevelopment in Yeppoon. One of the things that people do lose sight of is that the Rockhampton Riverfront development started out as a small project. Rob Schwarten got hold of it, and he's promoted that. It's taken 10 years to get there. So any foreshore development that we talk about on the beach at Yeppoon could take a period of time. There has been initially $1.36 million promised for the commencement of that, but as yet we don't have a council management plan in terms of what is actually proposed. And to push that and to work with the council will be a priority for me. In terms of industrial land and the preparation of industrial land, there has been some comment made about having it in Gracemere, but that's the only way that this city can go. The CQ-NRL bid, I'm pleased to see Jeff Murphy here, and I have gone publicly to promote that. I think that it's a necessity, and that to say that we don't have major events here really says nobody has got in and promoted them. This is the promotion of it, and I believe that on the basis of the application that the bid will proceed, and that will be our first major event. It will also be, strangely enough, our first national team. One of the things that we need to keep uppermost in our mind is that the last December, the gross domestic product growth for Australia was 0.4%. 75% of that came from Queensland. Now, that's not from a government that doesn't look after its people. There's vision, strength, and we've met global economic crisis and unprecedented natural disasters. Have a look at the Keppel that I started to represent 8 years ago, and you'll find that it is a totally different electorate today to what it was then. And that's because of the monies that have been spent and the achievements that have been undertaken. And I'll continue to work to have funding come to this area and to make sure that the Keppel in 10 years' time is at least double what it is now. Thank you.